Hey there, and welcome back to the Train of Thought, an educational monster train series where I acknowledge that I'm really bad at banter, huh? Yeah, this is something. So I actually, in some cases, listen back to my own episodes to kind of see where I can make improvements. And there are some times where my runs are really good. And when the runs are really good, there are fewer decisions to make. And I quickly find that my discussion devolves into me finding various ways of just blathering about how good the run is, and it's not particularly informative or entertaining or interesting, I guess. So that is definitely something I think I need to improve on is being able to pilot this game at a level that actually wins, especially on those high rolls, right? Because I think in the medium or low rolls, there's a lot of interesting in turn discussion about what the right move is, what the right cards are, what things are coming up, and stuff like that. But then there are some times where I'm not playing half my hand and I just click and turn a bunch and I win. And part of that is I need to move faster, right? I just need to accept that I can end turn and win here. And part of that is I need to find ways of being able to do the bare minimum required to win while still also having a conversation with you all. And I think, I've mentioned this maybe once or twice before, but I think this is kind of the big challenge of content creation, right? It's very different than when I play this game on my own. And because in those cases, I can take tons of time, I can step away from the keyboard, I'm not talking to anyone, and if I, spend extra time on things or just slow down or whatever, it doesn't matter. But here, you can't have like huge gaps of air where no one's or I'm not saying anything, nothing's happening, and I can't have huge gaps where I just I just let things kind of ramble about, oh wow, what a high roll, this is excellent, and I don't know. I don't really have great kind of conclusion to this statement of this line of thought. It's just something I noticed and I need to try to practice more. It's also something that might come with time, right? I think I'm on episode something like 40 something. It's weird because I have two series and they both count up on their own. So it's probably like 40 something. So that's not very much in the grand scheme of content creation for video games anyway. So definitely something to work on. But that is all I'll say on that right now. Hopefully, I'll do better on this run. But regardless, so if you are joining us for the first time on this episode, and even if you're not, I'm going to tell you anyway. This is an educational series where I use mods, and I will be using them in this time around. In this case, the Stoker Deck Editor mod, as you can see right here, in order to construct runs that will hopefully be educational. And we are performing our rare units series where I'm going through all 18 rare units in the game, specifically those coming from banners, right? So not like Shard Channeler or whatever. And I'm playing each one in order to showcase how you would win a run and how you kind of plan around their appearance and whether they're good, bad, and all my opinions on the matter. So that's pretty much what we're after here. Let's see, if we go by the logbook, I can briefly recap what we did last time. Last time, well, we brought a rare unit along. I think it was the first time in the entire series so far where I straight up carried a unit because it just did not do anything meaningful. I think in that run, Votivari actually contributed more to my run than Glugsider did, and I drafted Votivari on Ring 7. So Glugsider didn't do so hot. Our run had Echo Right with Wax and Spike Shelter on masses of Keepers of Echoes, and it worked out really well. The run was a win, so we're up on a 19-0 win streak, but, Glugsider didn't do anything, so oh well. This run, however, if we kick that out, is going to be a fun one because we bring them up. It is Consumer of Crowns Time to Shine. So, before I get into what I think of this unit, I found that it's good if I kind of recap what the card says and what its stat line is for anyone not looking at the screen. So you've got 10 Ember cost, the single most expensive in Ember unit in the game. It is 3 space, it has 100 attack and 40 health. Its card text says, costs -3 Ember per Imp unit in play. This is Consumer of Crowns. I think this unit is weird, right? This is one of the two units that gets pretty strongly balanced around the existence of two relics, which I will pull up because it's good to showcase them when they're relevant. Shiny Shoe looks at this unit and strongly feels that it's in a good position because of Sketches of Salvation, which says at the start of battle, summon 4 random units from your deck on the middle floor. And Volatile Gauge. When you draw any non-champion card, its cost is randomized between 1 and 3, draw +3 per turn. So those relics show up very prominently in why this unit is kind of costed and balanced the way it is. 100 attack is a big number. It's a respectable number. You toss 1 or 2 multi-strikes on this thing, that's hitting like 200, 300 damage out of the gate. That is no scaling required. 3 of these on a floor, and you have enough attack to clear all waves in the Divinity, and very likely just win outright. Its survivability is not great compared to some other units that benefit from this strategy. So you usually have to answer that somehow, but you do get infusions, so it kind of works out. You can do things like Steelworker or whatever. It's kind of interesting. The main problem here is that the relic solution to this unit being good is very chicken and egg. You have to either take the relic first and jump on that and then find the unit, or you have to see the unit first and then at some point survive long enough to take the relic and actually see it. Usually the rare units are harder to find, so you'll see the rare unit first. You should never gamble on a Gauge or Sketches start and just send it and hope you see one of the good units here, because they're both rares, and seeing one or the other is pretty unlikely, we'll say. So let's talk a little bit about what this card does and how you would use it. I actually don't think it's as terrible as most people think, but it's also not great. It's in a pretty bad spot, but it's not the worst unit around. And some of the ways you can kind of think about this is, as you might imagine, it scales with imps. The main problem this suffers from is that it's a priority unit, so you draw it first. You always have one of these in your hand, and you're going to likely see Consumer of Crowns drawn before you've had a chance to play imps on your floor. The other issues include things like, well, if you do manage to play a bunch of imps, well, they are probably just going to die before you get a chance to play Consumer now, especially in the Divinity, who attacks on all 3 floors. The other problem is that you're not going to be sticking imps behind other units, because why would you? Your imps are like 0 or like, I don't even know what an imp stat line is. It's like 1 attack, 1 defense, HP or something. That's not a unit you want taking up space. You want to play it for the summon trigger and then get it killed, almost always. I guess, Apex Imp technically counts here, right? And like maybe that would work on this case. But if you have Apex Imp, you should just use Apex Imp to win the game and not think about Consumer of Crowns. So that's okay. Don't even consider Apex Imp really here, because he kind of just does its own thing. So it's kind of awkward. And basically the only way you can reasonably do this is if you somehow have imps on the turn that you have Consumer of Crowns. There are a few ways that make this very playable, right? And I'll show you them. The first is a Hellhorned relic that is, where is it? Impsicle. At the start of turn, add a random imp unit to hand. This means you always have 1 imp on every turn. And if it happens to be a Pyre Chomper, you can almost play him outright. You have 3 Ember, you play Pyre Chomper, you go to 6, and then he costs 7, so really you only need to take like 1 Ember relic or something in your run in order to get there. Cool. Now, that is a great one. The other one, if we go back to cards, is actually right on my screen, Imp in a Box. Now, you can't intrinsic units in this game, which is kind of a challenge. So how do you get imps on the right turn? Well, you can do some shenanigans with things like Imp in a Box by putting intrinsic on it, and if you need to, in a pinch, freezing it with permafrost. It's usually a lot of commitment, honestly, but you can do that, which guarantees you 2 imps, and it makes it 4 costs on the turn you draw it. So there's a lot of options there. You can also, of course, just like protect some imps, and that's fine. You might have Shardtail Queen with the Imp Parade ability. She generates imps. And if you have 3 ranks in Imp Parade, you can generate 2 imps on her from her ability, and that's pretty effective here. So you've got some lines to get there. You pull them back up. But the problem is that it takes a lot of effort. It's certainly less effort than some of the other beefy dudes, like Shadow Siege or whatever, or Glugsider, honestly. This is less effort than that, so it's a little better in that sense. But the problem is you're getting less payout, right? 40 HP is still pretty frail. That's not something you can just camp on its own floor and have it live. It will still get run over. So it's at best like a backline unit, right? Something that you put behind a tank or with tanks or something in order to win. It's a big dude, so 3 space, which means you take space, you can maybe get 2 on a floor. Maybe you can do more shenanigans with movement. This is the clan that has hidden passage after all, and tiresome climb. But it's tough. The payout is okay at best. My general opinion on this is that it's fine. You get this guy in play, it does okay. I mean, it has a big number on its attack stats, so that's fun. That's good. You don't have to do any work to get it to 100 damage. With one multi-strike, it really punches. That's nice. And that's cool. So, it does its thing. It's fine. I generally think that this unit struggles a lot in the current meta, especially against the Divinity. I think the elites made the 40 HP just insufficient, and I think that the lack of any semblance of scaling on this unit and its immense cost mean that you're paying a lot and you don't even win the game when you do play this guy. Whereas like Shadow Siege, if you can cheat out a couple of those, you just kind of kill everything with Shadow Siege. So it's tough. It's not ideal. I don't love this guy. So that's pretty much all I can really say on its card text. I will briefly humor its unit essence, but let me just tell you outright, its unit essence is abysmal. Shiny Shoe is notorious for overvaluing the impact of Ember gaining abilities. So when this thing says -3 Ember on the card text for the infusion, they think that's very strong. And it's not. It's not even close to strong. If you self-infuse this, it would be wasting your time. There's so many better infusions you could take. And the rest of it just says +10 attack, +10 health, and -3 Ember. That's awful. I mean, put this in perspective. Let me pull out where is it? A Train Steward is +5 attack and +15 health, which is the same amount of stats, just kind of split up in a different way. You get more health, less attack. It's basically a Train Steward in most practical cases. Go back to like anything. Let's look at anything here and look at anything that costs more than 3 Ember and is a unit. Right? Like, so 3 is, Steel Singer, Lodestone Totem, First of Kin. 4 is Demon Fiend, and then you get Consumer and Shadow Siege. So 6 units actually benefit from this in any meaningful way, with going down to 0 cost and having value out of it. And even then, it's just not worth it. So it's a real struggle. It is a real struggle. Let me get this fixed so we can go back to Consumer. So, yeah, in the rating scale that I pose, if you've been following along, what I do is I consider something an S-tier rare unit if you can see it at any point in the game, pivot into it, and then win the game from that position, regardless of your deck state. That is an S-tier. A D-tier unit is a unit that you should never draft, and if by some miracle or miracle's the wrong word, by some tragedy you do draft it, you should remove it. And Consumer's in a position where I think there's no way other than saying it's C tier. It's not the worst unit. It is no Wilting Sapwood. It is no Glugsider, where it's just unplayable and bad, or it just does nothing and wastes your time and has functionally no purpose, really. It is fine. There are deck scenarios where you take this and it does okay, and that's about the best I can say. This is not a unit I draft regularly. Sometimes I'll see it and be like, too bad it's not one of the other rare units, right? Or something like that. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. So yeah, we will, in this case, back out and do a run with it and hopefully not lose horribly. This is definitely on the weaker side, especially since I'm going to be playing Hellhorned a bit, but it is okay, right? It is okay. Now, when we're talking about which of the champions we want to play this with, it's never Hornbreaker Prince, because you don't have imps, right? What if I start with Hornbreaker Prince and I don't start with any imps? It would be impossible or outright stupid to take Consumer of Crowns. Literally unplayable. It's 10 Ember. You can't even cheat that out. in Hellhorned. There's just no way. The clan has nothing to support that kind of a play line. So playing Hornbreaker Prince and then getting Consumer is dumb, and I am throwing if I do that. Now, obviously, by the time you see a Consumer, you might have drafted a couple imps. There are theoretically lines where it becomes playable, but pretty rare. Very rare, honestly. Meanwhile, Shardtail Queen, which is what we will play here, starts with 5 imps and has abilities that interact with imps or create imps or something. And so this is pretty much the only start that makes sense here. And just as a reminder, in case you haven't seen it before, what I'll do is I will be replacing the first banner unit I see with the rare unit of interest here. In our case, it is Consumer of Crowns. So that's going to be pretty risky, right? Because there is a world where I take that and then die in Ring 2 because I can't play it on the turn that I draw it, which will be turn 1 because I only have one banner unit. So this is pretty risky. There's basically no way around saying that, right? I mean, like, barring some insane high roll start with like an imp in a box and, you know, Welder Helper in the start line, I just don't see this going particularly well. But we will try nonetheless. We will be Hellhorned Exile with random, no other modifiers, Covenant 25. And yeah, let's send it and see what we get. Alright, cool. I hope you're all doing well today. I'm doing fine overall. It's funny, I've actually been kind of dreading this episode because I knew it was going to be Consumer of Crowns, and I think this might be the hardest the hardest rare unit to make work, simply because of the rules of this series, right? I have to take it first, and even Shadow Siege isn't that bad because I can just infuse it away into something else basically right away, and it becomes awesome. And yeah, it's going to be tough. So we'll see how we do. In this case, we are Exile Hellhorned, Exile Awoken, so we have Root Seeds, which makes me pretty pleased there. We have Rage Talos, we have Curse Arcus, and Sap Seraph with Fortify, Steel Enhancer, and Tiresome Climb. This is a good start, right? You have Imps, you have Root Seeds, fun. I have Steel Enhancer, good, 0 cost. I have Fortify, good, 0 cost. A lot of card draw benefits me here. Tiresome Climb helps a bunch. Sadly, none of these are imps. A single imp in this starter makes me feel a lot better, but yeah. Cool. The other important thing, we do not have pings. We have no pings for the backline, so if I miss, like, Imperialists, we might be in trouble. Let's look at the Horde first. Oh, wow. I mean, Ashes of the Fallen out of the gate, though, is nuts. Okay, I mean, this improves the likelihood that I win this run substantially. You know, the other relic is Queen's Tail, which is amazing on this queen, by the way, but it's hard to say no to Ashes of the Fallen with an imp start. So yeah, that's fun. Let's see what champion we get. Interesting. We do not see Imperialist this time around, so you get to kind of see me wrestle through this. Now, just in case you haven't paid any attention to previous episodes or you haven't seen them, I'm not going to make decisions in this early game based on knowing that I will get a Consumer of Crowns, right? I'm going to make decisions based on not dying. So, alright. Royalty is tough here. I don't have a lot of units. And looking at my banners, I've got Hellhorned and Awoken, but the Hellhorned lines up with the Steel banner. So, you know, maybe I see like a Steel Worker or something. But it is tough. Royalty is almost guaranteed to get you through the early game as long as you find a front line with like 40 HP. Pretty reasonable in this clan combo. You've got, you know, Husk Hermit, Steel Worker, Rail Beater, stuff like that. So it's not bad. Doesn't scale really well in the late game. I'm going to want to lean hard into Imps here. And this is actually an interesting one because Imp Parade with an Ashes start is pretty solid. You take double space on this, you go all the way, and you generate a Welder Helper and a Rage Imp that have double effects. It's really good. That is really strong scaling offensive and defensive plan. and you kind of just chump block with them. And yeah, this is probably an Imp Parade start. And being real with you, I actually don't like Imp Parade here. I think Royalty is a more consistent line, but with our start and the relic that we hit, it's got to be Imp Parade. This is also really strong in the early game, whereas I think Imp Parade in general suffers in the early game. You know, a 10 damage Queen's Impling is pretty trash, but with Ashes of the Fallen, you can actually, with 2 of these dudes, clear a heavy. So I think we'll take Imp Parade. How strong do I feel? I mean, like I said, I have no answer to... I have absolutely no answer to the 9-2 that spawns, so I'm just eating that hit. So I can't take this relic. The other interesting thing is we don't have a temple before Talos. It's money and another relic. So that is really spooky. Basically means I'm seeing all temples. Wow, this is a really rare setup too. 3 divine hordes on this run. I think that's the maximum you can see. And that's very uncommon. With 1, 2, 3, 4 temples. Huh. It's very interesting. It means I have to play it cool early game because I can't rely on an infused unit for Talos. So yeah, we do not click this horde and we move. I need to respect it. Yeah, I mean, in this case, we would have been okay, but there was no way I would have known, right? Just absolutely no way to know there. So in this case, I will be playing the queen up top. She is a decent body, and yeah, even if I have to spend the imps on the lower floors, it's cool by me. Just buff up the queen here, and then play an imp on every floor, and we're fine. Like this kills the collector too, which is excellent. There's really no benefit to playing this this impling up top. I actually just leave it in my deck for now. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just fine. Now, sadly, I drew this tiresome climb here. Would have loved to have drawn it next turn, but it's okay. I think it's better to play 2 train stewards on bottom here. I can then play a queen's impling to clear out those. And we take out, yeah, we do some work here. Cool. And we just play stats up top at this point. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we should be able to stat up the queen to a point where she wins pretty comfortably. And then, yeah, we'll blast these dude with the imps that we see, which is great news, so just take big hits here. Cool. I mean, we're super cozy right now. She gets there. I mean, I think she wins right now, huh? Yeah. Yeah, cool. Excellent. Alright. So that was an easy turn 1. You know, the Ashes of the Fallen start makes this queen extremely strong. I click any imp they show me, which happens to be a fledgling imp, so we're clicking it. Because Ashes of the Fallen is insane. Restoration detonation's not bad here. Whatever my solution for survivability is probably uses HP. Sting is better than a skip. No good ping, like I get it, Vine Grasp, but this thing does 3 damage and like falls off really hard. Restoration detonation is pretty good. Where am I going next? Almost definitely the Hellhorned banner. I would like some kind of a backline because this queen can be a really good tank with the rank 3 Welder Helper that it spawns. So, true. Okay. I don't know if I need these. It's pretty likely I go armor in some fashion here. Restoration detonation is very cozy, though. I think I should take this. It opens up some lines. Whoa! Wow, Steel Singer and Apex Imp in my unit draft. So, you know, this run is blessed if you were playing it normally, right? It's just absolutely blessed. You've got Apex Imp, you've got Ashes of the Fallen, and Shardtail Queen with Imp Parade. Like, this Apex Imp is an unbelievable high roll here. And I'm gonna click him, but sadly, I have to remove him. So immediately, before I do anything else, I open up Stoker, I remove Apex Imp, and I add a far less interesting unit Consumer of Crowns. This is just what we get this time around. Yeah. You know, man, you could have won with, that would have been an incredible Apex Imp pickup. This run was in the bag. So now, knowing that I have a Consumer of Crowns that I need to play, I'm probably going to look pretty hard for an Endless on my Rage Imp so that I always have it available. Yeah, so I'm going to go left here, and then the Hellhorn banner is also fine. The nice thing about this setup is it means I'm always guaranteed 2 units. So, oh, just give me the Endless out of the gate. That's excellent. I'll take that. Not even going to look at anything else. Eventually, I will put a plus 25 in this fellow, but not right now. Okay, so the correct unit take here is Horned Warrior, for sure. They also show me Demon Fiend, which, haha, Demon Fiend. Horned Warrior is excellent. I have an Endless Rage Imp. I have Shardtail Queen, who's going to tank frontline a little bit. I'm going to take a lot of space on this run. Yeah, we easily cruise through the early game on this. Now, you know, I know what you're thinking. What do I do with Consumer of Crowns? Well, if I somehow manage to play him, cool. Now, I do not get to re-roll this. I think I need to take this money so I can have something to work with on this next Merchant of Steel. I would like to upgrade Consumer with either a multi-strike or a quick. So I'll take money and go to 10. That's fine. And we move on. I will not use a plus 10 or a 25 into him right now. Cool. I mean, I won't say we have a great start, but we have a good start. Another unit draft is very interesting to me. It is armor, which is a bit spooky. But I am looking for, like, a lot of things I would take here. Animus of Speed would be really good for the Consumer of Crowns. I need to look for something into Horned Warrior at some point, which could be a lot of stuff. I think I need to take this. I'm going to take damage from this, I'm pretty sure, but it's going to be okay. Basically, it means my imps only kill 1 enemy instead of 2 enemies. So it slows me down a lot. Yeah, so like, I draw 2 imps on turn 1, and I still just cannot play this man at all. Like, if I play both imps up top, he goes to 4, and I still can't play him, which is just excellent, huh? Thanks, Consumer. You tried. Cool, so we draw all the important stuff, so I will play... Interesting. There's no way I can dodge Ember Drain here, because I want to put the Rage from Fledgling Imp into Horned Warrior, so we just kind of deal with this. They kill the Imp, which is excellent news. I'm going to play the other Imp mid to get money. We're fine with that. I mean, this should be very, very, very strong. Right, I play Fledgling Imp. I'm probably going to ascend the 5-1 here. Or actually, it's the 5-2, yeah. This guy does big damage. Yeah, we do that. It clears him. It's fine. It saves some HP here. Yeah, we're good. We're good with that. It also clears the other things on this floor. Cool. I sadly cannot stop haste here. I should just play a Queen Zimpling. I should play a bunch of Queen Zimplings here, though, actually. Every hit is value. Huh. I should have put armor onto Horned Warrior here so he can take a swing, which means I need to play this Root Seeds here. Yes, I need to play Root Seeds in order to more likely draw into Steel Enhancer or Fortify. And I'll put the Fledgling Imp on bottom here, just so that I redraw it. Okay, so we take a swing, so we win. Excellent. You know, there was a lot that could have gone wrong here, but it did not super matter. I had enough hits. It would have been okay. I actually think it would have been fine even if he had died. So, no biggie. We take this. Cool, 1 round. A lot of damage. It's low HP, which is concerning. You show me a Ritual of Battle, a Fledgling Imp, and a Molting Imp. That's interesting, huh? It's interesting because Molting Imp now does 30 AoE damage, which is an exceptional number. And I could infuse it into the Rage Imp. You know, obviously self-infused Fledgling Imp is huge scaling, but I think that with Ashes of the Fallen, we already scaled 10 Rage a turn. It's enough. It wins. Ritual of Battle is an excellent card, but I don't think it answers my problem. I already have the Rage scaling. I'm going to be seeing more of it from Imp Parade. I'm going to take Molting Imp here. This is a very good Molting Imp take. Razor Sharp, Steel Enhancer, Sting. Basically the question here is, do I take Razor Sharp or not? My floor is pretty flimsy. I'd like to see a Steelworker infusion, I believe, somewhere. Yeah, I'm probably going to go double space on this run, by the way, so I can fit all these bloody imps. Huh, yeah. It's never another Steel Enhancer. I don't think it's Sting. Razor Sharp is... It's okay. I think it's actually too slow, right? I'd rather just play the Fledgling Imp more times. It's kind of a weird situation to be in, but I think Fledgling Imp is just better. So Sting is better than a skip. For sure. It replaces itself, it does something, leans into some of the relics. Yeah, and they show me an Animus of Speed. Interesting. Animus of Speed is really good if I lean into this consumer. Right? Is that ever happening? Maybe. I think I take this Animus of Speed here. It is a good infusion into him. I'm going to go to the right and hope for some non-tragic stuff here. Show me multi-strike. Yeah, okay, multi-strike. I think we're going to lean into this consumer. I should be able to generate enough imps. I think I need to keep the Horned Warrior in the run, though, right? We're going all in on this bud here. Plus 25, maybe. And 40 HP is enough if he's in the back somewhere. We will look at this relic now. Yeah. Light's Gift. Light's Gift is excellent. Yeah, they show me wing clippings and sketches. You know, sketches is actually another line here, right? Sketches, remove everything, play consumer. Like I said, you know, if you have the unit, you can lean into the sketches setup. It is doable. It does win. I did see a multi-strike. I will have quick from the Animus. I'd have to remove a lot of units, though. 4 Train Stewards, 5 Queen's Implings, Horned Warrior, and 2 Imps that I took, including the Endless Fledgling Imp. I don't think it sketches here. This is a case where, like, I've already got a committed line, right? Like, why would I take this at this point? It's actually just, it actively hurts me. Yeah, it's going to be Light's Gift, for sure. It just lets me do top floor and, like, stuff, so that's great news. Alright, I will look at this banner now. Both Hollows, Thorned and Awoken. We skip that. There's no way I would ever take one of these here. And we'll look in the cavern. What do you got for me today? Some spikes? Some spikes. Now... it's the Hellhorned spike, the Waxen spike, and the Stygian spike. I don't think it's ever Waxen spike. No, absolutely not. 4 burnout is bad. Never is enough. The spike of the Hellhorned is okay, but it's not a very good payout. 2x rage and 2x armor is just tragic. I think it's the Stygian spike. At worst, I can play this at 1 Ember and kill a backline with 5 HP. At best, it does some sap for me. It's actually a good ping, right? Because I never drafted one. That's funny. Yeah, I think at worst it's a good ping. So I will take the spike, the Stygian. Sure. And that's as much as we get on this run for this floor. They show me another 25 HP. Don't think that's it here. I do not think that's it. I'd like to see quick or multi-strike. We've landed some good stuff. I've gotten an endless and a multi-strike so far. So I feel very cozy into the mid-game. Our next Steel Shop is a really good one on Ring 6 because it comes with a Vortex and Caverns. Alright. We should be okay in a Talos here. Only 25 shards, pretty low. It's not pushback either. That wouldn't be a problem because of the imp generation, but yeah. Alright, we play Shardtail Queen at the top, Animus mid, and I will protect her with the Queen's Impling. I know she gets a slay, but it basically is a wash here because 25-25. Spike of the Stygian. I think I can just send this, right? Take the 5 Frostbite. Yeah, sure. Sure. This does ping out some things, which is fine. I will be playing... Huh. I actually can play... Consumer here, right? If I play both Implings mid, and then send Horned Warrior, I can get there. Does he solo her? That's what? 4 rounds? Yeah, 4 rounds. So he does, what, 200 a pop? That's 800 damage. I mean, that wins, right? That does get there. I mean, alternatively, I could just play Horned Warrior and then... Yeah, here's what we're going to do. We're going to play Horned Warrior up top. I'm going to put an Imp mid. Right? This is okay, though, because the quick kills it. So I'll just play Consumer on the bottom next turn, and that will be enough. Great, we get the Fledgling Imp, which is just amazing here. Yeah, this wins for sure. Right, I can now do another Queen's Impling, which makes Consumer playable, and he just kills the bottom floor for fun. Alright, that's fair. I mean, if we can see this happening on random turns, I think this actually is okay. Sadly, I didn't think about pinging my own Imp off, huh? Kind of an interesting and unfortunate issue, huh? I mean, we do this, we get 200 damage to the boss, which is fun. Yeah, I need to be careful about how do I actually kill my Imp now, huh? Yeah, I just daze her upstairs here, yeah. Yeah, we basically win from this position, for sure. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I mean, 1 turn downstairs, he wins. Alright, well, Consumer just beats the ever-living hell out of her. That's fun. Get it, Consumer. Alright, so he's actually doing alright with here, which is nice. I'm glad to see that I have a run where he actually does okay. Yo, Channelsong! Hold up. Channelsong changes everything. I can intrinsic and freeze Channelsong. I can just pull Consumer. Hell yeah, we're doing a Channelsong run, kids. Oh, wow, and they give me another Steel Singer, wow. But they show me the Steel Worker, which is really what I wanted here. Yes. This is looking like it might be a 3 infusion run, which is really peculiar, huh? Huh. I think I take the Steel Worker. I need to line up, how many, I have a lot of temples, right? Yeah, it could be a 3 temple run, a 3 infusion. I need to think about this lightly, right? I'm going to take space here 100% because... Yeah, because I need space for my imps. You saw I have my entire train full on Talos, and I'm going to be building more imps at some point. I wonder with... It's interesting because the Molting Imp into Fledgling Imp solves backline extremely efficiently into Divinity and a lot of other combats, which makes it really, really strong. Just really strong. The question is really if I'm going to be keeping Horned Warrior around, right? Yeah, am I keeping Horned Warrior around? It's a difficult question. I wish I had had a defensive imp, like a welder helper. That would have been really nice here, because, I mean, I know I generate one eventually with Shardtail Queen, but the main challenge there is that I have no way if I play top floor to keep Consumer from dying unless I take the Steel Worker, right? If I take the Steel Worker, I can put it into Consumer. But the problem is I want to put Quick into Consumer, right? Yeah, okay. So I want to do Quick into Consumer for sure. That's what this Animus is for. It lets me look for another multi-strike. It's interesting because maybe I should wait on Consumer's Infusion until Ring 6. It lets me look at the Steel Shop, right? And if I see Quick in the shop, then I can give it Steelworker, and if I see Multi-Strike in the shop, I give it Animus. That's a really long time to wait, though. I don't want to have 4 banner units in my run. You know, this is interesting because I think the Horned Warrior line already wins. If I had given him the multi-strike, he'd be 15 by 3, and then he's just a vessel for a lot of rage, which is really, really good. Yeah, I mean, he's just rage incarnate, and he wins because he gets 3 hits. And then the queen gets a hit with a lot of rage, and that's 4, plus the molting imp and the fledgling imp. So, you know, if you remove this consumer from the run entirely, I think you actually win a much cleaner line, right? But I think we can make the consumer work here between this Channelsong we just took. Where did it go? Doesn't show up in here yet. Oh, there it is, Channelsong. The Channelsong pulling out a consumer to 120 times 2 with 60 health is pretty nutty. And I can probably, oh man, I could maybe even play another one natively. That's interesting. It's very interesting to me. The Steelworker lets me play top floor though. Just period. Yeah. Steelworker lets me play top floor. What does my floor look like? If I go in on consumer, he has 3 space, queen is 2 space. Do I need to play queen on the same floor? Huh. Maybe not, right? Maybe not. I think I have to take the Steelworker and just accept a really bizarre draw order here, because there's a lot of factors that play into this, and what I see in that next steel shot matters a lot. That is 4 banner units, which is way more than I would like. Yeah, that's way more than I want, though. It's a really difficult decision, because I have to balance the short term, which really wants Horned Warrior, versus the long term, where I think Consumer could theoretically be better. And whether it gets the Steelworker... Okay, this is a lot of thinking, but I want to talk it out with you, because I need to be thinking about my final lineup and what my space is being spent on. So assume I take double space, because it's pretty likely that I'm doing that. I almost always do when I take Shardtail Queen with Imp Parade. You just need the space. It's just a fact. So, okay, I technically don't have to have the queen on the same floor. She has a pretty decent stat line at the max level, and I'll pull it up real quick just so you can see it. Her stat line at the max level with Imp Parade is, you know, okay, maybe she only has 25. I think I might have been thinking of the Imperialist. Yeah, so she's actually a terrible tank, and I don't want her on the floor if I can avoid it. Interesting. Yeah, that's true, actually. That's very true. Huh. So, if with 7 space on top floor, I could put Steelworker into Consumer, right? 2 Steelworkers into Consumer, and then with Light's Gift, the only damage I'm contending with is the Divinity, which we nullify because of the Steelworker essences. And I can play the Rage Imp on that floor, and the Rage Imp gets killed by the Divinity, and that's actually really strong. It's very, very strong. And I can also put the Molting Imp into it. Okay, so I think no matter what I do, I ditch the Animus of Speed now that I've seen Steelworker, and then I play the Shardtail Queen mid with the Horned Warrior to just punch some crap and hope that they stay alive for a decent amount of time. She just generates me the imps that make consumers playable, and one of them comes out with a the Channelsong. I will have to remove a lot of cards before I get to the point where that Channelsong actually hits consumer, huh? I think it's Steelworker no matter what here, and I'm taking space 100%. The near term is a lot cleaner, okay? And I'm not duping at this point. There's a world... I will dupe the consumer eventually, but I need to do some work on it. I need to remove cards. I have too many units. Yeah, and I don't need another banner. Alright, I'm locking it in. I go right here. Pyro Remains, Relic. Interesting. Lightstone Casing or Vapor Funnel. Lightstone Casing never does anything interesting to me, so I'm going to take Vapor Funnel, and that's excellent news. It just... anything I leak is gone. We're going to need to remove units. Train Steward, get out of here. I'm locking in. I actually should have removed Animus of Speed, huh? Interesting. I should have removed Animus of Speed. I could take Imperialist here, huh? I don't think that's correct, though. I think I actually do want to go all in because I want the mid-floor to get the Welder Helper. I think that's correct, yeah. Interesting. I do think I want to do Molting Imp into Fledgling Imp. Thinking about it more, I think that's much stronger than other options. It does a lot of work. I'm going to do Imp Parade 2 here. I think the Fledgling Imp goes crazy. Do I go to 50 here? Is there a... Oh, Intrinsic, huh? Intrinsic is part of the Channelsong Dream. The other one being Frozen. Which I have a chance of seeing on the next floor. Interesting. I think I take that Intrinsic. I have so many temples, I don't need to be too aggro on shards, especially because my deck is really friggin' awkward right now with 4 banner units. So yeah, I'll take the Intrinsic because they showed it to me. And Intrinsic Channelsong is fine right now. Not taking the Spell Chain. Although Spell Chaining Channelsong is kind of funny. Cool. Cool. We move forward at 35 shards. We have a lot of temples. I don't have to worry about it. Spikes is terrifying. Right? Absolutely horrifying. I have Horned Warrior as my carry. I could reasonably not rely on Horned Warrior here, though. What is this boss? It's a good boss for this. I'm thinking, all right, this is the world where I play Shardtail Queen up top with Consumer. This assumes I can play Consumer is the problem. If I can't play Consumer, we die. Outright. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, because I would be Horned Warrior and Animus both die horribly. Yeah. So a turn 1 Consumer just kills me if I take the spikes. I can't do it. I just can't. You know, there's enough worlds where I win this. I just need Consumer to be turn 2 or 3, and we're fine. But turn 1 and I lose, for sure. Is the Steelworker going to kill me? Well, interesting. I could do Steelworker, Horned Warrior up top. That offsets it a little bit. I think there are enough worlds that I'm okay here. I'm going to click it. And the reason I'm doing this is because there are so many good relics I could hit here. And I can just kind of... Yeah, see, like, turn 1 Consumer is horrible. I also drew Horned Warrior, which is also horrible. This is a really bad draw, actually. We do Queen Mid. I'm going to send the Channelsong here, just see what I land. Train Steward. Fine. You'll live on the bottom floor. Horned Warrior goes up top for sure. Take the Imp on bottom here. Every Imp is value. Alright. Let's see. I do see the Endless Imp, which is great news. I don't play it top yet. Steelworker top for sure. I'm going to put Animus of Speed middle, I think. She'll kill herself here, which is just fine, though. Which lets me do Rage Imp in front. And it keeps the queen alive? Yeah, cool. That clears the floor. Alright, I mean, we've navigated this initial part. Every turn I don't have to worry about a... Yeah. I should do some serious work here with this. I need to put Steel Enhancer into the Horned Warrior. Play Fledgling Imp. Mid. That's good. Nice thing about Fledgling Imp mid is that interesting, huh? I would like to let the priest go up. I can kill both of these. If I play this other Fledgling Imp behind... Huh. It's interesting, right? Huh. I probably should tiresome climb the clipped defender. The problem is it has spikes, so I want to kill it too. Huh. I could heal her up with the restoration detonation that I took, which is pretty decent, honestly. I want to build up spikes here. That's pretty good, yeah. I can't do them both, right? I think I'm going to kick up the priest here. I want to answer all of them, and that only costs me a little bit of armor, but it also puts the harnesser in better kill range. Okay. Fine. Fine. Bolting Imp is very strong here. Armor goes where, huh? I could probably save the queen here. Take Molting Imp for sure. Yes, Molting Imp for sure. Now she swings and kills herself. Now the right play is playing Fledgling Imp up top because it kills itself on... It takes the kill and scales the floor and kills itself. Excellent. Now I want to save the queen. She's value. I could play Fledgling Imp in back, which kills one of the harnessers at the expense of more HP. Or I could play it in the front to tank. I'm going to play it in front. I want to keep her alive a little bit longer, I think. Just send a train steward in the bottom. Cool. We're navigating this pretty well, but it does require some effort. We do see Queen's Implings, which are nice. I don't know if there's a world I save her here. Well, yeah, she lives with, what is it, 4 HP? If I play the imps correctly. Okay. Again, Fledgling Imp up top because it kills itself. Very nice. Alright, now Imp correctly requires some thought here. It's kind of nice that Steelworker is doing enough damage to kill one of these dudes. It's pretty good. This is the last wave, so... I think Fledgling Imp comes last. I have, what, 3 imps? That's good. So what I do is I do 1 Queen Zimpling in front, 1 Queen Zimpling in back, and Fledgling Imp in front, and we save the queen, and we do 21 into this other dude. Which is just fine. Take some root seeds here. Cool. Cool. The nice thing about doing 21 to that dude is that Fledgling Imp up top kills itself to get that kill. So the spikes is actually really beneficial to me here. I'm basically accepting... Oh no, oh sick. I can actually get the kills with both these imps, huh? Yeah, it's excellent. Then they save all their armor. Cool. I want to basically not farm out curses here. So don't play these implings mid. Yeah, fine. Alright, we're very fine into this. That was a well-played combat. Yeah, very, very well played. It's tough. I don't want to take these curses, I don't think. That's interesting. I could... How much damage are we doing? We're doing a lot of damage here. I do want to play my Fledgling Imp in a way that it dies, which I think means I play it in front. That just kills the front dude. Yeah, I mean, it adds... Oh, no, it's perfect, right? Because she kills herself on spikes, so we still only get 1 curse. Excellent. That's very well played then. And it keeps my Endless Imp. Perfect. Perfect. All right, we clobber here. Yeah, I mean, okay. We got there, for sure. All right, so this line got me through Ring 4. Cool. Hey, you know what? Friendly units enter with Rage 3. Give me Scorching Restraints. I'll take it. Important Work is an exceptional card. Just nothing else to say. Very nice. Edge Prior, Preserved Thorns, and Awake. I'm taking double space here, almost definitely. So Preserved Thorns is extremely valuable. It is 1 draw that gives me 3 draw, so it's +2 draw power. Yeah, I'll take it. It's worthwhile. Okay, I go left here because it's not time for the dupe yet. Yep, I go left here. Let me briefly think about the infusion stuff. Yeah, okay, so I'm doing 2 infusions almost certainly. Yes, yes. That's 50 to 85. 15 is easy to come by. Yeah, we go left to this magic shop. I think it's time to check it out. Okay. Double stack? I don't think that's it. Let's look in this temple before I do anything crazy. I'll take a value stone if they show it to me. Plus 30 and piercing. I think now I want to have... Huh. I want to have... So Arcus is going to look different, right? Because I want to have the Molting Imp infused into Fledgling Imp by then. For sure. It's really strong infusion, honestly. I'm going to do that right now. I think now is the time that I can support it. And there's nothing else I really want here. This is a really good one with Ashes of the Fallen. And there's nothing else I want to buy here, so that's good. We'll do this. Cool. Merchant of Magic. -1 into a card I want to play every time, which is Tiresome Climb. 10 magic power. Nope. Well, 10 into Restoration Detonation is good, actually. It's just good. 20 HP, swing around, big hit. We'll re-roll this. Frozen. Okay, Frozen on the Channelsong is the other component of this nonsense that we're doing. What am I going to do? I'm going to take Tiresome Climb to 0. Yeah. Tiresome Climb at 0 is just wonderful. I can now dupe this anytime I see it. And I'm going to remove a Train Steward? No. I want to save my $165 here. Yeah, okay. Cavern. Oh. Minor Refraction, Major Refraction. Big Imp. Well, Big Horned Warrior is pretty impressive. Make Big Consumer. That's actually terrible. But Small Consumer. Now we're talking. Where are my dupes now? I only have 1 more dupe. Sad, but I think this is going to be correct, right? I give up the quick, but it's okay. I put Steelworker inside of it, I dupe it, and then I can also put something else on the floor, like Queen, right? Because it goes to 1 space. I love Minor Refraction. It answers the question of, what the hell is this unit? This is just correct, 100%. It's sad that I'm seeing this without having seen the quick, but it is just amazing. Yeah, it's fine. We have now Tiny Consumer of Crowns. Very cool. Okay, so Consumer of Crowns is now fully upgraded, so I no longer value Steel Shops very highly. You know, it's sad that the dupe is on the other side, right? Ugh, unfortunate. The lineup isn't really good here, but there's nothing I could have done. I guess, do I go to the Merchant of Trinkets? I mean, I might still go to the Steel Shop, right? Yeah, I might still do that. Although I should remove Animus of Speed here. Because I no longer need the Steel Shop, right? Yeah. This is Animus of Speed's time to go home. She did something. She existed. She did some hits. It's fine. It's fine. I don't feel too bad about it. Do not feel too bad. I'll still go left for the removals. I need to clear out a lot of units here. Get rid of the last Train Stewards. Puts me at 28. There's a few cards I would take in this. We're fine on a Ring 5 now. I take the battle? Yeah. We're fine here. I have multi-strike. This is fine. I play top. I have Tiny Person. Yes, I have Tiny Person here. Right. There's a lot of ways I can play this, but You know, we could do the Steelworker in front of Horned Warrior again here, which is sufficient, with lots of Molting Imps. Problem is, Molting Imp doesn't die up top, huh? I still think I take this. I feel strong enough here, which is a really weird sensation. And there are a lot of really good relics. I do have to decide now. What am I doing? Obviously, if I can fit... Hold up, wait a second. If I do Queen, Horned Warrior... Huh. If I do Queen, Horned Warrior up top, that's 4. I can then put Consumer on the floor. If I can fit Consumer on top, we're fine. We win this combat hands down. If I struggle to play Consumer, we're bad. Yes, that is the true statement. I think Horned Warrior is an important component of my win strategy here. So I'm going to play... That's tough. I don't really want the Queen here, huh? It's pretty weird, right? But with that multi-strike, Queen just kind of dies if I play her mid. There's no way around it. A single bad draw and she just gets run over like hell. And she's an important part of my scaling. So I think what we do is we do Queen up top, Horned Warrior, and I play an Imp on her floor. And I don't play Steelworker on this combat. I am going to drop Spike of the Stygian on this dude in the back here to clear it, so it's just the sweeper here. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Let's see, how many units are left? 7 units. This is kind of the problem, right? I could just grab one of my infinitely many units. It's unfortunate. I have to be very, very careful here because I don't kill my Imp, right? Imp does not die. I think I have to play one Rage Imp, but it doesn't have to be this turn. I'll kill this Master of Light, no problem. Yeah, okay. So I can actually Steelworker bottom and protect the Rage Imp, which makes a natural drawn Consumer a little more playable. I think that is correct. Yes. Right. Yeah. No, this is fine, right? I can do Queen's Impling bottom. We lose this bottom floor, but this only existed to hold the Imp over. Right, because playing 2 Imps puts this guy at 1 Ember. So we natively play Consumer here, which is excellent news. Okay, so we're fine. We're 100% fine now. I can play both Imps on bottom and just play Consumer up top, and we're cool. We're chilling. I think the right line is actually Fledgling Imp up top, because I'm going to Important Work it, and it's free up here. Yeah, cool. So then we play other Imp bottom. I go up top. I play Consumer in the... It's a sweeper. It doesn't matter where it is. I play Consumer, big man, who's smaller than Horned Warrior here. I Important Work the Rage Imp that I just did. I don't really need this Channelsong in this combat anymore, huh? And I realize I'm feeding this Master of Light, but it's just peachy. Don't really care. I'm going to send this Trains through it on mid, I suppose. Yeah, this is fine. We get there. Cool. We get there now. I need a way of killing my Imp consistently if I'm playing top. Now, obviously, this solves itself on the Divinity, but it's really, really awkward into Seraph, who's now very scary to me. So I'd maybe like to find every magic shop they show me. I think it's going to be every magic shop they show me. I have to take the dupe on Hellvent at the end. Huh, shame. Shame, huh? Alright, we don't spend the space up top on this Imp yet. I'm going to crack Preserve Thorns, draw cards, good. Mid-floor stings don't matter because Queen kills one. And then we clean up with the rest of the crew. Yeah, fine. Sting bottom then. Going to, I guess, just play Imp. Yeah, play Imp. Seems good to me. Sure. There's nothing I really want to tiresome climb here. I clear everything out here. Yeah, fine. Alright, we just let it go. Cool, cool. Thanks, Light's Gift. Extremely, extremely fun. I think I'm just gonna Molting Imp mid. This is a really, really strong friendo on that floor. Wow. I'm very impressed with how that Molting Imp infusion is going to carry us here. Alright, just put Fortify on the back dude. I'm going to daze the boss here because it means he goes up to the top with 2 days and we just swing it and win. Excellent. Take the 2 stings. Take the Molting Imp up top. Just value. Cool. Yeah, I mean, we're fine. No worries. He goes up. 2 days. Easy win. I actually can even play my Imp again. Awesome. He now no longer even swings. Cool. Really good. Really good. Excellent. Scorched Steel. That's good. Yeah, that's good here, right? It gives my Imp some oomph on tanking for the Queen eventually. Some more armor for Consumer. It doesn't change the survivability of my Fledgling Imp on the Divinity, who's going to swing for 9. It's fine. I'm never pinging an Imp out. I have no pings. So I'll just take it. That's okay. I will probably grab Impressive here. They show me Impressive and Imp in a Box and Rage Serum. Imp in a Box is exceptional here, for obvious reasons. Play Consumer, win game. But another way of killing my Imp is a solution to my only problem. If I can somehow play my Imp every turn on top, I win the game. I'll take Impressive here. I do not need Engraft, Wildwood Custodian, or Preserved Thorns. I already have one of those last cards. It's fine. What is this? Divine Artifact? Am I scared of Arcus? Not really. Not really. I shall just take the 25 gold here. The 6 Rage is nice, I guess. It's like 1 Molting Imp, I suppose. But, you know, the Divine... Huh. Divine Concussive Coals is really good here. It lets me ignore the Curse Boys. You know what? That's 25 gold value. Yeah, okay. That's value, for sure. I go left anyway, because I want to just remove cards, and maybe I see a cool Cavern event. Yeah. Remove card value. Remove Train Steward. I don't want them. Goodbye. Merchant of Steel. They show me quick. We've done it. Psych. It's fine. I take my Cavern first. Oh, Heartstone. Heartstone's excellent here. I just overflow my Consumer to 3 slots. That's great news. Yeah, that's excellent. I don't want to take Petrified Heart because I have healing in this deck, technically, with the Restoration Detonation. And it also does bad things with Scorched Steel on Molting Imp friend. Blood for Blood's okay, but things haven't leaked. I just take Heartstone and overflow my Consumer. Excellent. That's well worth it. Cool. I mean, I'm pretty pleased. I think we've managed to fabricate a deck that can reasonably play Consumer and make it a meaningful part of our run. So, you know what? That's just great news. How are my temples angling up? -2, huh? Interesting. Another intrinsic. I need to make sure I have room for the Consumer Infusion. Right. Yeah, okay. So I could do the Consumer Infusion on the last ring. Play it cool here. I could be aggro. I think I am going to need more than 1 turn on Arcus, though. Huh. It might be better, take the infusion and play on a lower floor. This is going to be a very low damage combat, and I could theoretically play double imps. Huh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double imps on bottom. Everything is dazed though, which actually makes that awkward. I mean, I maybe don't play the Horned Warrior here, huh? I think I do want to take this infusion. I'm pretty concerned about having enough survivability for Arcus's actual combat. Although he does come up with some days, right? Comes up with 1 turn. Can I 1 turn Arcus? Probably not. Probably not. I'm gonna... Oh, it's a tough call. I have 1 infusion I need to do. I could do it now, or I could do it when I'm doing the dupe. I think I want to do it now. 85 in Arcus. It's not the worst. It's not the worst. Put this in the consumer. Yeah, I think this is correct. I think I want the Steelworker for now. Yeah, okay. No more shards here. I will remove a Queen's Impling. Right? Right. I know you're realizing, why am I removing imps if I want to play the consumer? And the answer is that I want to play the consumer with Channelsong, and I'm generating imps. Enough of them. And I have an endless imp. I should be able to pull this off with fewer imps in my deck. Yeah, I'll remove 1 here. It's fine. Could remove 2 reasonably. No, I'll go to this Merchant of Magic. If I see a holdover on important work, this becomes a lot more logical of a run. It's funny. I'm thinking about it briefly, and I'm actually at a point where maybe I should have taken Imperialist, huh? Now, because these extra Fledgling Imps have done a lot of work for us, they've enabled us to get these 2 relics, for instance, and clean up our run. So I think it was correct to take that, but I think I would take an Imperialist now. Well, interestingly, I can go to the magic shop, look for holdover, and then pick the Dark Forge. Okay, I am overthinking my next rounds a little bit, but I think we're okay for now. My last 15 shards come from duping this consumer, so we go to Arcus now. Yeah, okay. Alright, I think we've managed to pull off a reasonable run with consumer. I would like to find a solution. Oh god, the turn 1 consumer is abysmal. This is what you're gonna get though, right? As long as I have fewer banner units. We play Queen's Impling on the bottom. I need to do stuff about these. Yeah. It's actually interesting. Every imp I play on the bottom is a permanent imp for consumer because it never gets swung at. Huh. It's kind of nice, actually. I think I should reasonably be able to Channelsong my friend. Yeah, it's actually interesting. I think we're okay. I could play mid now. Huh. Mid is good, right? Mid is good. You know what's really interesting? Divine Concussive Coals worked on Arcus? That's really bizarre. Does the normal Concussive Coals work on flying bosses like Arcus or Seraph? You know, I've never seen that. I didn't think that would work. Huh. I am going to play Queen mid. I think it's correct. These next few waves are going to be real lightweight. It's just 2 Absolvers. And it's the stupid Queen's Impling kills 1. And I would like to be able to play Imp and have Imp die on this combat. And I feel reasonably competent, or confident rather, that I can... Do I feel reasonably confident that I can? I think I need to play top. What am I? I'm going to bait myself. Yeah, I'm going to bait myself. I'm going to play top. I think that is correct. Fine. Okay, we hold. We hold. Yo, I think the fledgling at bottom is actually excellent, right? I actually just put this Horned Warrior bottom? No, no, no. Well, Horned Warrior's gonna live up top with me. Yeah, yeah, Horned Warrior lives up top. I was like, I could put him bottom and he just kills things. Kind of funny, actually. No, he wants to be up top. We have space for him, so play him now. Yeah, cool. Fledgling Imp on bottom, though, does clear both of the dudes. Yeah, cool. Excellent. This is actually really good to have this Divine Concussive Coals because these Imps are now protected, which means the next one that I see is fine. I could play Consumer normally. I sadly can't play all of these Imps because, of course, I'm going to Fledgling Imp up top and then Important Work it. Play another Imp mid. Just get it out of there. Down to 4 Imps. That's not bad. The Imps don't die. We do take a curse next turn after this one, I think. Or not. I just get shown the Molting Imp Infusion of Destiny. And he dies, which is great news. I'm going to just buff up the top floor while I can. I guess my bottom floor is just Imp power. Imps kill a man? I mean, you know, it could be worse, I suppose. Imps just kill a man. I think I still Imp kill a man here, huh? Imps unite. We're not strong right now, by the way. We're in a really bad situation, actually. I haven't drawn my consumer, which means my survivability is bad. I might just send the Channelsong here, right? Hope I hit it. I don't. It's fine. It's fine. I needed to get him out, and I can play him natively, so I don't really care that much. It's just fine. Got a whole Imp floor on the bottom here, which is excellent news. Play him. Hey, we get there. Alright, cool, it's fine. It's actually really strong, which is really funny. Alright, we could play Consumer normally now. Okay. He's the most important dude. This Light's Gift is good and bad. It means I'm not taking damage, but it means I'm not scaling either. It's kind of crazy. This Imp floor has gone out of control. They're doing like hundreds of damage. That's really nuts. They're doing like actually hundreds of damage, which is maybe my favorite part of this. Yeah, I mean, we just cleared the mid. Kind of weird. Get them, Imps. Imps rise up. Ah, this is good though. I could... Oh, dang. This shard is blocking me. But it is worth 350 into Arcus. I'm going to daze Arcus here, because that means next turn he gets beat up by Imps. He might take like hundreds of damage from Imps, which is maybe my favorite thing ever. Now, taking the 350 here is always better. So I'm gonna Rage Scale mid, and then kill the Imp, and Sting Arcus. It's fine. Yeah, that 350 is worth well more than the Rage. How much damage does he take here? He almost loses to the Imps. Are you serious here? Oh my god. Alright, I'm not afraid. Jesus. Imps take the wheel. Imps take the wheel. They are too strong. Maybe I can kill them with Imps. Alright. Alright, Arcus. Look at this floor. Good lord. Will Imp rise up? Hold up. I might be able to get there. Wait. Oh, yo, he dies to Imps. This Imp is hitting for 115. Alright, well, I'm not afraid of anything. Arcus gets killed by Imps. Imp gang, rise up. Alright, well, I was definitely over afraid of Arcus, apparently. That's amazing. Last Stand is pretty nice. I think it's overkill. I would rather... You know, it's one of those cases where if I didn't have Consumer doing things and I was relying on Horned Warrior, I think I would snap pick Last Stand here, because it gets you over the hump of, like, hitting enough damage. But I think with Consumer, as long as the Consumer is existing, I think it's fine. Cycle of Life is not it, I don't think, and then Spreading Spores is not it. Yeah, fine. Now, the real question is, now that I have small Consumer, do I actually need double space? That's a good question, right? Energy would be excellent here to dumpster those other imps so I can get the Channelsong off. Huh. Think about this. What, 1 space for Consumer, 2 space for second Consumer, 3, 4 for Queen, which is enough for 2 imps on the floor. It's pretty solid. Enough for the 2 imps on the floor. I don't really need Welder Helpers on the floor, do I? Not really. It's value, though, right? I mean, it would be the Molting Imp Endless, and then the other, I mean, and the Fledgling Imp. And if they show me Imperialist, I'm fine with that. I think I'm okay with 6 space now that I hit that minor refraction. This means I either get draw, which is great, or I take energy. Energy lets me dumpster things on other turns. I think with Root Seeds, if I take energy, I'll be able to actually play these. So I think it's energy here. Lock it in. Cool, that's interesting. Very interesting lineup. I'm going to go to the right because if they show me holdover, this makes so much more sense. Remember, holdover search first. Permafrost. Not it. Take a -1 into Impressive here, I think. Card I always want to play. Yeah. I reroll this now. Yeah, I reroll this now. Holdover, please. Damn you. Okay. So that makes my decisions much harder. I see Stackstone. I don't know. Look at this Caverns event, I suppose. Trap Shoot or Pulley Claw. I mean, these are all exceptional. Every Dazed to the Divinity or Seraph is value. Sorry, I had a cough there. I'm glad I caught that in time. So, Trap Shoot is fun. I think it's Trap Shoot because it's free. And I actually don't mind. I don't think I need to send things to the Pyre here. I'm going to take Trap Shoot. This is a good card here. It's free, it goes away, it hits the Divinity. It's cool. I don't touch this Horde because I'm duping. I need to respect it. I do see Imperialist. Okay, cool. So here's the line. We take Imperialist here. I no longer care about my imps on the floor. They die. And my 2 imps on the floor are just double rage imps. And this run makes so much more sense. Okay, great news. Excellent. I feel very reasonable here. I'll take a -1 into a Root Seeds, I suppose. It's a card I want to play. Sure, let's do it. It's a good one. Alright, I feel much better now. Don't click the Horde. I'm duping. Yeah, I dupe Consumer. Okay, yeah, I mean, we get there. We get there. Cool. All right. You know, there were 2 hits there. It was holdover on the important work, which was Align, and there was the Imperialist hit. Spikes is no big. I don't mind it. I have the Steelworker infusion and some Fortifies. Yeah, and then Imp Gang can rise up maybe. Hold up. No, the spikes are scary, right? They kill my my Horned Warrior. There's no reason to take this. I think we win right now, out of the gate. Think about it for a hot second. It is removals. It is removals. Can I beat this? I would feel better about this if it wasn't Winged Horde. Oh no, we're totally fine, right? I have my Molting Imp, which just blasts every turn. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. Yeah. I just draw my Molting Imp infusion and it blows everything up. I was worried because there's a lot of hits on this, right? Like, this is a big bad Spikes lineup here. So it's very scary. But it doesn't matter because we have Molting Imp, which just blows everything up and then dies. I don't play Channelsong yet. Yeah, great. Good. Excellent news. I will play mid. Yeah, I'll keep the Horn Warrior on the floor. He's still good right now. I'm going to remove him on the next turn. Or the next run. Ring, rather. Bolting Imp mid because I want money. Dollar bills are good. I can start stacking Rage up top, and she kills them. Excellent. Excellent. That's awesome. Order mattered. I had to take the Ember Drain in order to get the Rage onto this boy. He just dies from the spikes if I don't Steel Enhancer him. It's pretty funny. We need to respect. Yep. It's fine. Yeah, okay, so I think we're okay just because the Imps exist and Imp Gang can rise up. Yeah, Imp Gang rises up here, which is great news. I'm going to play Preserved Thorns and the Root Seeds here. I could actually lift a dude. Or no, I just sting mid, huh? Bottom, huh? That's a good one. I don't want to lift. No lifting here. Yep, fine. Cool. The Scorch Steel does work because the Imps actually take swings here, which is great. Hey, thank you, Imp. Very cool. Play all Imp, question mark. Can actually get away with Queen's Impling mid and Fledgling Imp up top, which is value. Saves 5 on the Horned Warrior bud. Yeah, cool. We're going to Sting bottom. I'm just going to play Root Seeds twice. I'm going to play out the Queen's Impling here, I think. Yeah, order matters. I play this in front and they both die. I don't want to farm armor up. Root Seeds, cool. I need to draw one more Imp and then I have free reign on Consumer with Channelsong. Cool. We draw one more Imp, which means Channelsong is now active. So we take our Channelsong first. Big boy. Big boy drops in. Or, you know, I guess he's kind of small, huh? It's fine, right? And we play Big Impin because I have the important work here. Because I want to play it mid now. Cool. We play the other Rage Imp up top. This looks so much more normal. I'm very pleased with that. I mean, I'll just play... I don't need to even play this Imp, huh? I can get rid of it. It's fine. Cool. Man, this Molting Imp infusion is beautiful. It's just really good. It's just what I was hoping for. Yeah, it's just what I was hoping for here. It solves my problems very well. Yeah, we destroy this run. Ah, it's just free money. Yep, Molting Imp on bottom. I keep calling units by their infusion name, which is really bizarre. Like, why do I do that? Probably because the infusion name is on top, so when I'm reading top to bottom, I see the infusion first. It's kind of strange, but it's cool. Alright, now we just blow up top floor with Rage. I mean, I think we get there for sure. Our numbers are exceptional here. Yeah, our numbers are really good. Cool. Cool. Very well navigated. I think we're fine here. Yeah, 44. Awesome. End turn. Almost one-turned him. We would have actually gotten it in one turn if I'd played that Imp, but no problem. Impish Scholar. What do? You let me do Channelsong weirdness? It's kind of fun, right? It's kind of fun, but I don't think it's here. I want to avoid taking more units, actually. Inflame is hilarious. March of Shields is irrelevant. It's not bad, I guess, but it's irrelevant. Ensnare's fun. It's hard to say no to Ensnare. It's one of the best cards in the game right now. It just solves something. And if all else fails, I put it into the Divinity and it replaces itself. The only downside is you have to draw Ensnare first, but you never feel bad about that, right? Like, as opposed to another card. I'll take it. I'm cool with that. Just kind of a utility card of a lot of value. I go left because I need to dupe consumer here. And it's time, at long last, to remove the brave horned warrior friend that did so much work for us. I don't think I need to dupe him first. Let me look at some stuff before they do anything. Lost luggage is very fun. Faulty loader is fun too. It gives us more time. Another multi-strike, yeah. Now it's time for you to go, bud. Horned warrior, you did a good job. Time for you to go. We dupe consumer. 100 out of 100. The temple shows me a -2. Not it here. 10 in piercing. It's kind of fun, but I don't need it. There's no reason to go up to 10 damage on top floor. I should buy some stuff here, right? Lost luggage is pretty good given that I didn't take draw relics. You know, it's funny, with lost luggage and enough imp draw on turn 1, I theoretically could play consumer, huh? It's actually really good, huh? It's really good. I will reroll this. What high roll could it be? Railhammer? Okay, no Railhammer. We get Root Split Mass, Curse Vine, Snarled Root. I don't need these here, so I just take a removal instead. I value my removals more. Yeah. Yeah, I do. Is there a reason to plus 25 into this Molting Imp, friend? No. No, actually, I want it to be 1 HP so it dies immediately. I no longer care if the Divinity sweeps it out. But because of Light's Gift, enemies aren't hitting me anyway. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I take my removal into a Queen's Impling here, I think. It's just faster to Channelsong. Yeah. It's fine. And these other ones don't do anything for me. There's nothing they could show me that I could buy that I'd want, so I guess Battlestone into a Queen's Impling. I mean, I guess I may as well make a buff Imp, right? Sure, we're going to buff up an Imp. It's not going to be my main Imp, because I want it to die, but we'll make a buff Imp. Why not? 100 out of 100, let's send it on Seraph. This run makes so much more sense with the Imperialist hit. It was either that or holdover important work, but can I do it here? 1, 2 imps. Yes, I can. I can play one of them, I think. Hold up, actually I put both imps down up top and I get there. Right, because they're free. And I can play one of my steelworkers directly now. Or one of my consumers out of hand. Oh man, this lost luggage, immediate value. I'm going to buff him up, I suppose. I should important work here. It never gets me another imp, but it does get me, I mean another consumer, but it does get me a root seeds, which is fine. And more rage. And then I'll just hit this one with the Channelsong. Man, this is gonna look real good, huh? We outscale the hell out of Patient here. Yeah, I mean, we're just gonna blast him here, aren't we? And we do 400 to him on this turn. Which is maybe one of the craziest things that could happen. Not Channelsong yet. I mean, yeah, we're gonna annihilate him here. We just hit him for 585? Sure. And then we blow up the imps and we're just cool. And then Molting Imp to the rescue here. He just blasts everything. Man, this is really good. This is extremely strong. This is probably what everyone is thinking about when they're like, Consumer of Crowns. I'm just going to drop Spike of the Stygian into Seraph here. Doesn't matter. Yeah, it does not matter one bit. Like, this tiresome climb is not for now. Nor is the trap shoot. Yeah, we're fine. Being able to play that turn 1 consumer was pretty huge value for me. Alright, now... Yes, I do have the guaranteed consumer hit now. Let's take it. There he is, big man on campus. I'm going to play him in front. He has more HP. And I'm going to play him first because I want the rage into him. And now let's just look at how big this number is. I think we're going to blast the hell out of Seraph here. Yeah, it's just a casual 800. Yeah, just a very casual 800 damage. I'm going to throw the Imp away now. I don't want it. Awesome. I mean, our floor is a little fragile, but we're still going to be armor positive on the Divinity, which is the most important part here. Yeah, being armor positive on the Divinity is going to be incredibly important. Yeah, I mean, that's going to matter a lot, because I think we'll pre-Relentless kill the Divinity. Potentially. Kind of hard to say, actually. I don't really know. Order matters here, by the way. I may as well get more rage into this Imp who swings. May as well. I think we're going to definitely doing 1,200 to our friend Seraph here. He will get to Relentless, sadly, but I'm not really worried about him here. I am not really worried. Sweet. Sweet. It's a shame the dupes didn't line up in a better way. That enabled me to play 3 of these consumers, but it's okay. I think it's fine. And the Divinity's going to be okay because I took this Trap Shoot and Tiresome Climb specifically for it, and if I can take extra turns on it by just dazing the hell out of it, that is exceptional value. So, yeah, this is going to be really clean. I am going to click this because I want to get the numbers up, but I'm not going to click the other cards here. Just need to play the Imps. Everything else is goodbye. This is the case. I was mentioning, like, I can just speed things up a little bit. That's exactly what I'm doing here, right? Just play the Imp. Nothing else really matters. I already easily annihilate Seraph. I can just end turn here, and he's dead. Yeah, pretty clean. Takes 48, so he gets 1 round in. Let's see if we can fix that. Yeah, he gets no rounds in. Awesome. Alright, I mean, that is exactly what I wanted to see. We have the days for the Divinity to clean that one up. I really think we have all the answers. We found the line to make a really compelling consumer run. I'm actually very pleased with this, right? And this hits everything I wanted to display. When I tell you that I think this unit is fine, I genuinely mean it. Sadly, we do not get to play one out of the gate here, it looks like. It's fine. It is fine. I do get a ton of days onto the Divinity here, which is just exceptional news. Yeah. Yeah. It is fine. I will generate enough Imps to play it on the second go around, thanks to 4 Ember, and the fact that the Imps go free, so I'm not worried. I don't mind. You know what? I will play the Molting Imp first. I could play it down bottom. Clean this up a bit because I'm not going to have a consumer out. I should, that's correct. Play her up top. I'm going to blow up one of these dudes by killing my Imp. Sweet. This Frostbite does nothing. I should hold on to the Frostbite for a more important or scary unit. It's probably my only ping. Actually is my only ping, right? We get a play on a consumer here, which is great news. Make sure I have the space right. He's 1 space. Yeah, cool. Sweet. Right, now he's going to be 1 cost. So we're fine to play this on another floor to clear backline. Cool. And now I get my consumer out. Excellent news. All right, once you have a consumer out, this feels a lot more normal, we'll say. Yeah, it feels a lot more normal. You feel a lot more comfortable. I don't mind feeding armor here. Yeah, I don't mind feeding the armor here. We'll take the rage up top. Because you have an ally that actually can swing and clear enemies. So you're feeling a lot more comfortable about it. And as long as you look at this Molting Imp, by the way. Molting Imp does enough damage here to just clobber. Actually, do I have my consumer here? I sure do. I sure do have my consumer here, huh? I can just take it now. 1 remaining. Yeah. Thanks, consumer. Get in here, bud. Put him in front. He has more HP. Actually, I'll put him in back. That doesn't matter. playing him first because I want to play my fledgling imps up top and do some serious value here. But seriously, look at this molting imp. He hits for 30 because of the ashes, which is just like one of the best infusions you could ask for here. I've cleared everything. I only have like 3 enemies of floor, which is free. Yeah, which just makes it free. The imps rise up. It's fine. I am going to sting out this dude in the bottom. It's just cool. Alright. Yeah, we're going to get there. We also have the Imperialist AoE to help out. So this is, how do we say, pretty clean. Tiresome climb. Get in there, bud. Redrawing it just in time. I'm going to start putting armor on the bigger consumer here. Yeah. He's the one that probably needs it the most. I do want to... Doesn't matter if I marksman in this turn or later. But we'll just take the rage up top now that I have my buds. Sting the big man, I suppose. Fine. Alright, we get there. This is going to play itself. I think the line is clear. We've answered all of the problems. Yeah, we've answered all of the problems. Fledgling imp up top. We clear this no problem. We do an extra 500 here. Our back line is just incredible, so that's great news. I will play our molting imp but on bottom. He clears both the wilt wing and the conduit. Yep, very nice, very nice. This floor stands no chance. Yeah, alright, fine. We're good, yeah. Nothing too aggro required. Oh, this is gonna be good. I get the important work here. I don't think we pre-relentless the Divinity, but we come pretty darn close. Take draw here. I have so much Ember right now because of the way this all lined up. I probably could have gotten away with draw instead, but you know, the 4 Ember actually did matter, right? It let me play one of them on turn 1 Seraph, which smoothed that combo out a lot. So I think that was correct. And see, even on this turn where the Divinity is no longer dazed, it no longer matters. Like, it's fine because we still are positive. And that is a very important threshold. If I wanted to, I could potentially steel enhancer my imp so it blows up, but I don't really care. It's fine. Yeah, we get there. It's cool. Thanks, Molting Imp, for smoothing this over. Extremely cool. I will Molting Imp Infusion bottom here. I don't want these curses. And he'll die, so that's great news. I'll take the Tiresome Climb into the Divinity here. Oh, we kill. Huh. We did get the pre-relentless kill, didn't we? Wow. Alright, well, we get there. Oh, I know why. It's because we yeet here when the yeet kills the light wings, which lets me get another smack on the back, huh? Excellent. Alright, well, we end turn. We get the pre-relentless kill. Awesome. Consumer of Crowns did remarkable. This is the perfect setup for it. We did it great. Everything lined up. And this is why I don't think you can call this unit D tier, right? It's not that bad. It's not amazing, and if this were Hornbreaker Prince, hell no. But it absolutely gets there if you have Queen and some kind of a lineup. Obviously, you know, a starting Ashes of the Fallen doesn't hurt, but our run did look pretty weird for a while there, so... Alright, let's hit the run summary and see what we can see. Cool. Alright, so, you know, there's a lot of things I did hit here that made this a lot smoother. Things like minor refraction mattered a lot. That, you know, cleaned up this setup tremendously, right? I still think I had the line even without it. I would have given it quick from one of those shops. Probably not, actually, because it would be top floor. I would have double multi-striked it. It would have been better. And I would have let the Divinity kill the Rage Imp on top. And I would have probably gone Shardtail Queen, Imp Parade 3, so that I would get the Welder Helper, because the Welder Helper would just tank for the Queen and keep her alive so she could keep generating imps and doing stuff. It would have looked a lot different in the end, right? Because the Queen would not have been on top floor, right? Queen being on top floor cleans it up a lot. Very, very simplifies the run, right? It just makes things make more sense. And the fact that we hit Imperialist just solved our problem. We had that problem of how do we kill Imp, right? We can't kill Imp. So now we solved it. This mostly helped on Seraph, because Seraph doesn't attack us, and the Divinity would have, and I would have just not dazed the Divinity unless it looked bad and I needed to. right? But yeah, I think that worked out really well. This Molting Imp infusion was beautiful here. Seeing that and taking it was the right call, 100% every time. It's easy to overlook it, but this is an MVP of this run. It cleaned it up so much. You saw it on the Divinity. It turned 5 enemy waves into 2 enemy waves regularly. It just chewed them up. 30 AoE's big value. It's the same reason why, Devourer of Death's infusion is so good, right? So let's see, other stuff that matters card wise. Just kind of taking the cards that answer the problem, important work, impressive. These were things that just improved the density of imp kill until I hit an actual solution. Taking the trap shoot and double -1ing that tiresome climb mattered for the Divinity. It let me stock up on armor and make it really clean. I think the minor refraction made it a moot point. It's why we got the pre-relentless kill. But if we hadn't hit that minor refraction, we would not have gotten there. It would have mattered more, etc., etc. Channelsong was great here. This is probably the best case Channelsong you could imagine. You get the intrinsic, you get the permafrost, you always have it on the turn you want it, and you just drop it, and you get big man out for 0, and that's great news. I also think Imp Parade is a really good take with Consumer in general. Obviously, I didn't pick it knowing that I was going to get Consumer, but I took it because it was the right call given the Ashes of the Fallen start. So I think it worked out really well. Made sure we had an Imp on every turn, basically, plus our Endless Imp. So at most, Consumer cost 4 Ember. Very cool. Our first 2 relics were nuts. Ashes of the Fallen Light's Gift gave us a lot of direction here. I think we would have been able to find a line that wins without them, but it is what it is. It made it so we didn't leak anything, right? Did we leak anything anywhere? I took no damage on this run? Wow. Yeah, I took no damage on this run. The only damage I took was from the plus 25 that I got on Consumer from the event, which doesn't count because it wouldn't hurt my perfect score. So that's pretty impressive. That's actually really impressive, huh? Huh, yeah, very neat. It's very rare I get a clean run like that just has no problems. So otherwise, it was just drafting solutions. So Preserve Thorns, draw me cards. Stings are non-cards, and Snare's a non-card that just is a utility. Yeah, yeah, cool. It's a clean run. It's excellent. The Lost Luggage did a lot of value there. We did really well. I'm very, very, very pleased with this. So that brings us to 20-0 in the series. I had a really good run with Consumer. That's just awesome. And I'm really happy that he wasn't a dud here because that can happen in some runs. And yeah, I'll let you go here. So, hey, thanks a lot for watching. I totally appreciate your time as always. Give the video a like or a dislike if you feel like it. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And stay tuned for what's next, everyone. Take care.